Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for watching today. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the things that you need to know, all right, in order to be successful in 2024. And today, let's go back to the issue of Canada. I just want to draw out some points here and I will be talking about a lot of things, just random things that you need to know. First, I want to say that there is a trending story, or is it a trending video of someone, actually a colleague YouTuber, who actually said some stuff on BBC and about the UK, about students moving to UK with dependents. I really don't want to go into that details because I haven't really watched the entire interview, but I know a lot of us, we are not happy, especially those of us who want to jumpa. All right, for of course we always know what to do, but I think, if at all, from what I'm saying, that is what my colleague said. I'm calling him my colleague because we've never spoken before, but I know him. I used to watch his videos. Guys, you just have to leave it. The deed has been done and it's not possible again to move into the UK on let me say, with dependents. All right, so a lot of people who wanted to initially move to the UK with dependents, they are already frustrated. A lot of my followers are already frustrated. So now you shouldn't be crying over spilled milk, guys. So what you are going to do is, you have to, I think what you should be doing, or what you should be thinking of doing right now, is think of other opportunities that you can actually take to migrate. All right, it's not just the UK that let's say maybe you were going there because of the money, of the UK money, but I don't think it's actually money. So now there are other countries in which you can migrate with families. All right, if you didn't know that you can move to Austria with your family. Of course, I have a lot of videos about Austria. You can move to Sweden with your family. I have a lot of videos about Sweden. You can move to Canada with your family. I have a lot of videos about that. And you can move to the United States with your family if you are a PhD student, to be precise. And I think master's degree students, you can equally move to the US with your family. It's not very clear to me, but you need to find out. All right, there are other places where you can migrate with family. Even Portugal, you can move with family. So rather than wasting a lot of time, this is what I want to say. Very soon it is still going to be complicated. All right, we are not only the ones, not Cameroonians, not Africans, not Nigerians, not Ghanaians. All right, other nationalities are using the same methods that we are using to migrate. So this is my point: do not waste a lot of time. As you are wasting a lot of time back there, I understand finance or budget should be the main problem, but I would want to say that you shouldn't waste a lot of time. If you have the opportunity to move, you have to move immediately. Few days back, a lady called me. She's a PhD holder and was like, Milton, I want to leave because of this. We spoke and I gave her my advice. Yesterday, another one-on-one call with me was asking me if she can move, that she is a civil servant, something like that. But if she can move, I told her I may not know, but I told her what I think is best for her. And I equally dropped the post on my Facebook page, Milton from Quas Consulting, and a lot of people equally advise her on what to do. And I think it just depends on the things that we want to do and what we really look at, or what you really want to gain. If you are somewhere you are not valued, why not you move away from there? All right, you don't need to stay in places where you are not valued. As a degree holder, as a master's or a PhD student who already graduated from school, your country owe you the responsibility to make you comfortable. But the way it looks like, our own society or our own countries are not the best as it looks like. So if you want to move, then it depends on you. That's what I can say. Now, if you are going to Canada to study, I often get people, they ask me this question, Milton, how do I start? If you want to start anything when it comes to Canadian immigration, it means that you have to first of all start from the school websites. If you want to immigrate using the study pathway, the school website is the best place you need to consult. All right, you first of all need to go to the school website. If you don't know the school website, you can always check them on Google. Go to Google and say list of community colleges in Canada. You can always choose from there. However, if you don't want to use Google, you can use educanada.ca. all right, these are some of the things that you need to know. Then from there, you select a university. Even if you are finding it difficult to go in, I would say that use the Canadian website, all right, the IRCC portal, to check some of the schools or colleges in that portal. with DLI numbers and who can offer postgraduate work permits. It's very easy to navigate like that. Now, for those of you who are asking me places where you can go and start from in Canada, because I have a lot of people that are asking me if they can actually move into Canada, or where can they go, how is it done. I have said that if you are moving to Canada as a visitor, you should understand that where you are going to, you have to prove. Don't go to the airport upon the point of entry you are not able to show your return flight country if you are a visitor. All right, make sure you pay your flight aller and retour. Aller and retour here I means is to and fro. That's the flight to move to Canada and the flight to return back home. You need that document to show the immigration officials if you are on a tourist visa or a visitor's visa. Equally, also remember that I have always laid emphasis on British Columbia, Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, all right, Nova Scotia. All these places, they are open to a lot of job opportunities, guys, so there is no doubt about that. But if you are looking at cheaper places, you shouldn't be looking at Toronto, guys. Toronto is not that affordable. I think accommodation per month in Toronto should cost you at least $1,000 or more, so you need to put this into consideration. It's very, very important. Now, if you are going for the study permit, remember that paying your first tuition deposit is not a guarantee that you are going to get the visa. In fact, paying your first tuition deposit is not a guarantee that you are going to get the visa. That is fact. All right. If you don't know, watch the other videos I have been talking about on this YouTube channel so as to understand a lot of things. Then equally remember that if you have a master's degree, if you have even a PhD, you can study a diploma program. The fact that you have a master's degree does not stop you from studying a 1 year or 2 years diploma program. Do you know why? Careers can change. You may have a master's degree, a BSc in economics, a master's in economics, and maybe you are a sales girl somewhere. You still stand a chance to study an accounting or maybe a diploma in marketing, all right, something like that, because now you need to explain to the visa official why you are going in for marketing rather than economics. That is what you are currently doing at the moment, but your degree that you got was in a different field. I hope you understand. You need to take time to explain all this. Without the explanation, you cannot get anything. I have a friend who called me. He booked an appointment and called me, and I realized that he paid part of his tuition fee, but his visa was rejected. Lies telling again is another thing, guys. Do not disease from telling lies telling, or let me say disease from saying things that do not exist. If you have a family member in the US, when filling the tourist visa form or the study permit form, and they will ask you, do you have family members in the US or in Canada? And you say no. You are saying no, but you forgot that maybe during the time your family member was moving in there, he equally feel that he has a family member in Nigeria and filled his details. Maybe you forget that, but now they're asking you, you are saying no, but they already have your details. These are the type of things that will stop you from getting a visa to Canada and US, and at the end of the day, you may be banned. Then you have to be careful with people doing documentations for you. All right, if they want to do documents for you, make sure that you know these people. It's very important to know them, because at the end of the day, if you don't prove yourself worthy, you will not get the visa. Paying the tuition fee is not a guarantee that you will get the visa. And again, I want to tell you to pay attention to the standing of purpose. It is very, very important. I have a friend who is almost 2 to 3 months now in Toronto. He didn't pay 1 franc. His tuition fee is like 13,500. He paid just the first deposit, which was around I think his school was demanding for 500, and he paid and applied for the visa, and the visa was approved. All right, so you have to be careful with all these things. I'm not saying that if you pay part of your fees, your visa will not be approved. No, I didn't say that. I said if you pay part of your fees, it is not a guarantee that your visa will be approved, because there are other things you didn't explain. All of you who are applying for visas, please be careful with proof of funds. Proof of funds, a lot of people are getting problems. Yesterday I saw a screenshot from one of my followers. The sister was rejected because of proof of funds. They said inadequate funds. You need to know how much you need to put in your bank account. Like I have said, if you have problems, you book a one-on-one call with me. I will call you and we sit down and we talk about these things. Proof of funds is different per individual. It's different depending on the school, depending on your situation. A man who is married and wants to move with the kids, his proof of funds is not the same as you who is moving with just your head, single person. You understand? Someone who sold his property to fund his education in Canada, his proof of funds will not be the same as you who has a business. All right, someone who is going to be sponsored by parents and someone who is going to be sponsored by sisters or parents in USA, or someone who is going to be sponsored by parents in USA and someone sponsored by parents in Nigeria, proof of funds is never the same. Even if you have the same amount of money to show, depending on the school you are going to, you will not have the same documentation. So all this varies. I have a lot of videos on this YouTube channel to explain all these things to you guys, so you have to understand well. Like I told you, you may not need an agent for anything. If you have difficulties applying for schools, get some people to do it for you. Then you get a laptop and fill your visa application form. I'm insisting that you fill it yourself, because there are some forms there, I think they are secured, and there are a lot of details there when it concerns family. If you don't fill it yourself, if you give someone to fill it and you don't tell the person what to do, you are already in big problems. Guys, you have to be careful with all of this. All right, it's very important. It's very, very important. Please pay attention to this. If you have been doubting if you can actually succeed in Canada, if you are pushful, just pushful, not hardworking. A hardworking person is someone who works so hard to succeed, but a pushful somebody is someone who would be pushing a little. Maybe he is not having the courage to go, but can push a little. Everybody, the pushful person, can succeed in Canada, not to talk about you who is hardworking. So please, you have to put this into consideration. They are very, very important. Remember, there are some schools that have just 1 year college programs, others have 2 years college programs, others have 3 years college programs, some will have even degrees. So it now depends on you to check which school you want to attend, or maybe what you need to supply. All these things are very important, guys. I hope this will help you. Again, remember, like I was saying earlier on, you must not go to the UK if you want to migrate with dependents. Portugal can accept you with your dependents. Austria can take you with your family. Canada will accept you with your family. All right, there are a lot of places, even Sweden, and all you need to know is just to document the right papers, and of course, before you know, you are moving in there. I hope you understand. Also remember, all these countries, they are not cheap. All right, they are not easy to enter. I think just Portugal is somehow affordable, but Sweden and Canada, they are very expensive. You need millions, all right, in order to go in. I hope this video will help you. Till we meet again in another one. Peace out.